Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, the 16-inch M3 Pro MacBook Pro has been a great and important workhorse for my creative workflows and some other things that I do in the studio. However, this is the base storage model which only comes with 512GB of storage, and I didn't want to pay any Apple taxes to upgrade the storage when I purchased this MacBook Pro, which is why I've always relied on an external SSD, which I have this great ADATA 2TB external SSD for my video edits, and it works really well. But despite having that generous amount of storage can still fill up really fast as I store high bitrate 4K videos on it, and I'll usually have to offload those files to my NAS in just a couple of days, which can slow down my workflow. Which is why today I'm here to present a solution that I have been using and have been very impressed with. This is the Terramaster D4 SSD DAS, which stands for Direct Attached Storage. Now, Terramaster sent this for my evaluation, and I also want to give a quick shout out to ADATA for sending me 4 Legend 860 NVMe SSDs to evaluate with this enclosure here. So as you can see, it is a pretty cute and small enclosure that has a USB-C 4.0 cable that's directly attached to my MacBook Pro, so I can do a couple of crazy stuff with it, and I'm going to show you guys how it works in today's video. Now, let's do a quick hardware tour on the Terramaster D4 SSD. As you can see, this is a very compact looking enclosure, and it fits well into one hand, and it doesn't weigh a lot as well. So you can imagine how easy it is to transport this around if you want to do so. So at the bottom, you get 2 cooling fans for cooling the SSD inside, and you get 2 very solid rubber fits that stays well on the table. Now on the back, you get a USB-C port that operates at 40 gigabits per second, though I kind of hope Terramaster would have included another one for us to connect to a second PC, for instance, and it is powered by a single 12-volt DC port. And once you power it on, just press this power button on top and it turns on. Now, what's really nice is that Terramaster has included a screw where it doesn't require any screwdriver, so you can simply just turn it anti-clockwise and push the enclosure out just like this, and there you go. This is our ADATA Legend 860 SSDs all installed into the Terramaster D4 SSD. Now, the ADATA Legend 860 is a very fast SSD that operates at 6 gigabytes per second in terms of read and 5 gigabytes per second in terms of write, which is really fast for PCIe Gen 4 standards. However, despite having this fast speeds, these SSDs will not be able to perform at their maximum potential because each of these PCIe Gen 4 slots only operates at one lane. So according to Terramaster's spec sheet, this SSD will only operate at 1.6 gigabyte per second in read and write when one slot is being used. However, the beauty of this thing is that you can actually create a RAID on multiple drives to double up that speed. So for instance, I've already done a configuration on my MacBook Pro to have 2 of these drives operate at RAID 0 and the remaining 2 to operate at JBOD, which is like combining 2 of the storages into 2 terabytes. So that is used for some data storage and all that. But let's just check out how I set it up on my MacBook Pro next. Alright, we are on Mac OS Disk Utility, whereby I have 2 RAID sets created with the Terramaster D4 SSD. So the first RAID set is a RAID 0 setup where I needed to achieve the maximum speed when I'm editing my video files and all that. So it only has 1 terabyte of storage since I combined 2 drives together. And the second RAID set that I have here is a JBOD configuration, which has 2 terabytes of storage because I combined 2 drives to have the maximum storage. However, these 2 RAID sets does not come with any data protection, and of course I'm at risk of losing any data if any one of these SSDs crash, but that's okay. This is just a storage, and I tend to back up my data pretty frequently. So yeah, the 2 terabyte JBOD here is used for storing those not so important files such as game files and some large applications, whereas this one is used for my video edits. Now let's do a speed test on the Terramaster D4 SSD, and we're going to run the Blackmagic disk speed test. Okay, so I'm just going to choose the drive right here. I'm going to choose the data RAID set, all right, and press and open, and the moment of truth, speed test start. So as you can see, it performs up to 2.9 gigabytes per second, which is really great. It does go up to like 3.1, 3.2 from time to time, but then yes, you get the idea. There you go. It's close to 3 gigabytes per second already. Now the ADATA Legend 860 SSD can go up to 6 gigabytes of read per second. So that's actually a pretty great speed if you put it on a PC, but since this only runs on one lane of PCIe 4, you definitely do not get to achieve its maximum potential. But yeah, this is already a pretty good speed if you want to edit videos and all that, and I'm really glad with this solution right here. Now let's do the speed test on the JBoard RAID set, right? So let's change the target drive to data 2 terabyte. This is my JBoard RAID set, and do a speed test, all right? So there you go. It still achieves a 1.4 gigabyte per second read and a 1.4 gigabyte per second write. All right, so yeah, this is how fast this thing works as long as you attach a USB 4 cable like this, which is included in the box thankfully, and you will be able to achieve this kind of speeds. Overall, I'm really happy with the convenience and performance that the Terramaster D4 SSD offers, and I think it is a great investment for content creators and professionals that want to extend the storage of their laptop, especially if you don't want to pay the Apple tax for your MacBook Pro. This is probably a way cheaper solution than upgrading it to the maximum storage. All right, so that's a pretty quick overview and my review of the Terramaster D4 SSD. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos coming right up, and I will see you in the next one.